Whew. Hi, I'm Tim Rajeff. I'm the owner and rod designer for Echo Fly Rod Company. And if you're watching this video, it might be because you want to learn more about how to cast a two-handed beach rod or two-handed overhead rod. The new Boost beach rod was designed with some friends and I think it's going to be a real game changer. It's going to make it easy to get more distance with less effort. There's a few fundamentals on overhead casting that I'd like to go over with you, and so I'll keep it really basic, but if you can just get 4 things dialed, it's really going to get you in the game, and these rods are going to be easy to cast, and you're going to be fishing all day with a grin on your face. So let's get started. I'd say one of the first things to think about in a good two-handed cast is that to keep your hands in front of your body when you make your cast. Unlike a single-handed cast where you might reach back when you're double hauling and your right hand might go way back past your body, that's all good, but when you do that with a two-handed rod, you're going to run into problems. Because for your right hand to come back out, it screws up your cast. I'm going to go over that in a minute. But this is what I want you to focus on. Imagine keeping your hands in front of your body and your left hand being straight. Extend your left hand for your back cast. And then on your right hand, I don't know, somewhere a little bit close to vertical. And you can see my hand's kind of in front of my nose. This is a good position to remember when you're making your back cast. Okay, so that's kind of fundamental 1. Keep your hands in front of your body. The second fundamental has to do with where your hands are in front of you. And I'm going to face you now. And a friend of mine that teaches a lot of spey casting, he's a really great instructor named Tom Larimer. He teaches people for a spey cast to keep your hands in what he calls the box. Imagine something, let's say chin high and at my waist and shoulder width apart. That's the area that you want to keep your hands in when you're making a spey cast. Well, guess what? That's a really good rule for good overhead casting as well. So when you make a good cast, your hands should not leave the box. So when you're making a spey cast, don't swing your hands out to the side. Don't do that with an overhead cast either. Another thing about keeping them in a box is that when you make a good cast, your rod won't be perfectly vertical. So my right hand is sort of in front of my right shoulder and my left hand is sort of in front of my left shoulder. So I cast slightly sidearm. I've seen people trying to make a two-handed cast where they try and cast vertical with the rod. You don't need to do that. You'll be throwing just slightly sidearm. Okay, so those are the 2 fundamentals on where your arms are when you make a cast. The next one is something where I want you to kind of think about both hands contributing to the cast evenly. So when my right hand comes forward to the target, let's say 1 foot or 12 inches, then my left hand would go backwards 1 foot. So you use your hands evenly. So you push with your left hand, pull with your right hand, pull with your left hand, pull with your right hand. So it's kind of like 50-50. Both hands contribute to the cast. It's not overly good for a beach rod or a two-handed rod to have you just using the top hand doing all the work and the bottom hand staying in a pivot. So both hands contribute. And then the last thing is when you use your hands in casting, I'd like to see your hands go in a straight line, not painting an igloo like I demonstrated a minute ago, but both hands move in a straight line in the direction of your target. Looks like this. So my right hand's going to come straight back, drive straight to the target. When you do that, you get good loops and more distance. So stick with those 4 fundamentals to get started, and I think you're going to have tons of fun with the new Echo Boost Beach Rod. For more advanced instruction and other cool stuff, check out echoflyfishing.com.